Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video, and I'm going to be talking about some newly shown Transformers products from Hasbro. This time it is the new Movie Edition line. We have the first images for two of the figures in that line. Not the best images, you know, they're quite blurry at the moment. However, this line itself, just there's so much to talk about with it, as well as just the figures that they've chosen to start with are quite interesting as well. So let's get started with this. This was shown a couple days ago. Unfortunately, I've been quite busy, so I'm finally getting to do the video for it now. Sorry for the wait, but I'm extremely excited about this line. This is incredibly exciting, and this is exactly what I want. Like, this is perfection for me personally. So the movie edition line apparently is going to be a line where they go back and do, you know, popular movie characters, just make them better essentially. I would kind of classify it as, from what I can tell, it's kind of like a masterpiece series almost, but I don't think it's going to be quite as good quality wise, but it will definitely be better than your average Transformer figures. And yeah, just redoing them to make them more movie accurate and better in general. And as you can see, they will come with backdrops, which is quite exciting. I'm a big fan of backdrops. I don't know why. They're always fun, you know, and it's not like they'd be much more expensive for figure lines to include. So I'm always very happy when Hot Toys or any sort of figure line includes a backdrop. It's always quite exciting. But as you can see, Brawl is one of the figures here, and Brawl is looking great. We do have a slightly better image of him, which I will show. But just to know that they're going to do a new Brawl figure is incredibly exciting. I'm a big fan of Brawl. I absolutely love every single Decepticon in the first Transformers movie. Brawl is probably my second favorite. Blackout's certainly my first favorite, and then from there on it gets really hard to rank them because I absolutely love Brawl, Bone Crusher, and Starscream as well. So trying to rank those three after Blackout is extremely hard, but I do love Brawl, and I am very excited to see that we are getting a new figure of him. Apparently this line, from what this site is reporting, is that it will be in like a Voyager scale almost. So that's kind of interesting that it will all be Voyager scaled. I'm okay if like this line is in its own scale and it's just kind of like higher class figures, even though they are still made by Hasbro. I'd be completely okay with that, and hopefully they are a decent price. But before I talk about that stuff, here's the slightly better image of Brawl. It's certainly not a great image, but it is slightly better. You can see it a bit better here, and it does look very cool. The proportions look quite nice. He does slim down quite a bit when it comes to the waist, so that's my only issue. But he doesn't have like a big backpack, which is kind of cool. The deluxe and leader class Brawls in the past have had huge backpacks. For me personally, I absolutely love the leader class Brawl figure. I have just about no problems with that figure at all. I think it's fantastic. So you know, I don't 100% think that Brawl needs an update, to be honest, but I am still very happy that he is getting an update. Some of the weapons on his arms, particularly the weapon on his right arm, doesn't look extremely movie accurate. That looks more like a cannon, when in the movie he's got more of a box weapon that has four kind of barrels that extend out of it. So you know, this is an interesting, like, just from this picture, it doesn't look amazing to me personally. I think the proportions look a little odd, and I think that some of his weapons look a little odd. But I am thinking that this is probably just because it's a blurry picture. I'm sure once we get a more high def image of it, I'm hoping that it will look really fantastic. But nonetheless, just getting a new Brawl is extremely exciting. And of course, as you can see, he does transform into his tank mode. And he does have like a transforming number of steps as well, so that is so you definitely know that it is a transforming figure, of course. But it is very excited to see them doing an updated version of Brawl. The other character that we have confirmed now is Megatron from Revenge of the Fallen. This is quite exciting as well. The Megatron that we got from Revenge of the Fallen was not great as far as the leader class version. The Voyager class was cool, but it had a big backpack and it was blue, which is really odd. And then the leader class one was the right colors, didn't have a big backpack, but it had terrible articulation, and it had some weird arms. So now to see them doing a new one is really great, because like I said, I don't think that we definitely need an update of Brawl, but we do need an update of this version of Megatron, because the ones that we have previously are not great, and this is arguably one of the best versions of Megatron from the movies, I think. I think I like The Last Night the best. However, I would say number 2 would probably be The Revenge Revenge of the Fallen one. So I think this is definitely a necessary update. And from what I can see in this image, it's of course still very blurry, but it looks really nice. I like the legs a lot. I think the legs look tremendous, and the left arm looks really great. The cannon arm, it's a little hard to tell what's going on there. It looks a little small, but again, it's hard to see, so it's hard to judge it completely, but overall it does look very nice. I'm liking this one a lot, and of course he comes with that forest background, which for that famous forest fight, arguably the best fight in a Transformers movie, so that is extremely exciting to see, and I'm definitely excited for that. As far as the price is concerned on these, there's no price yet. I would guess that these would be, obviously cost more than your average Hasbro figure. However, I don't think that they'll be as much as the Masterpiece figures. If I had to put a price on it, I'd say that these would be between $50 and $60 figures, and I'd be completely fine paying that for them, assuming that they look good once you get the high definition images. And it's extremely exciting that they're not making, the characters that you think they make. They're making some really odd ones here with Brawl and Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. Like, they're making all the characters that I seem to want. I have heard that apparently some other figures from this line were leaked a while ago, and they were mandatory, removed from Transformers news sites. So I can't seem to find the pictures. However, I do remember seeing some pictures. At the time, I thought that they were fake, though, so I didn't put much importance on it. However, now people are saying that they are actually legitimate, and they were for this line that's being shown now. So apparently, I can't remember all the figures that were shown from that, but Blackout was among them, and that's what I'm hearing from people, which is extremely exciting because, like I said, Blackout's my favorite Transformer from Transformers 1, which is my favorite Transformers movie, and Blackout I would probably say is my favorite Transformer as far as movies are concerned in general. So to get an update of Blackout would be immensely fantastic. I would certainly love it to be a leader class version. However, I'll take whatever I can get scale wise. To get an updated, more accurate version of Blackout would just be my dream come true. So I am extremely excited about that. I am hoping that that is actually true and we do get Blackout in this line. That would be incredible. Also, I would personally love to see Shockwave. I think that the Shockwave figure that we have is it has like these flat proportions that aren't accurate. Although it does kind of look nice from the front, from the side it looks terrible. I really would love a updated version of Shockwave, and then Soundwave I think would be excellent as well. The Soundwave figures that we have, they're very difficult to get because Hasbro never produced them. You had to buy them from Takara. I spent quite a bit of money on them at the time, and the deluxe one doesn't. The Deluxe and the Human Alliance one are cool in their own ways, but they're completely inaccurate when it comes to some of the proportions, especially the legs. Like, neither of them nails the legs. So I definitely think that an updated version of Soundwave would be really necessary, and I think a lot of people are kind of lacking Soundwave in their movie collections because of how difficult it is and how expensive those figures have become. So I think that there's probably a lot of people that don't have a movie Soundwave that would definitely jump on the opportunity to get this, as well as I think that there's room to update it to get the people that already have that Deluxe and Human Alliance one to buy a movie edition one as well. So I'm extremely excited for this line. I think that I'd go full in on this line, assuming that they make the characters that I'm interested in. And from Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, Brawl, and possibly Blackout, it seems like they're making just about every figure that I want personally. So I couldn't be any happier about this line. I'm absolutely stoked for this line. I do hope that once we get the a better quality images of the figures, that they look excellent, and I am extremely excited for the future of this line. And yeah, cannot wait to see these figures, and hopefully they start putting them on pre-order soon, because I can't wait to get my hands on these, I have to say. So there you go. That's my thoughts on this new series from Hasbro being called the Movie Edition line, and my thoughts specifically on the two figures that have been shown, being the Revenge of the Fallen Megatron and the Transformers 1 Brawl. Let me know what you guys think of this new line and what characters you'd like to see them make in it, and thanks so much for watching.